Welcome back to the channel of many things and none of them working. Today we're gonna replace the chain of my bike with this sticky icky rusty thing. Think it's dangerous? Stick around. Now welcome to my new SR DIY segment of this channel. This here poor Betsy is my daily bike, and then as it goes with daily bikes, it has been heavily neglected. 5,000 kilometers of daily driving of forgetting to oil my chain has stressed the chain more than Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, which leaves us that this is beyond dangerous. Let me explain to you, come. Imagine this being your sprocket and your chain. The sprocket moves and pulls this chain, it rotates this way and your bike goes forward. Good stuff. Now in my case the chain has stretched so far that it doesn't fit on the teeth anymore properly, so eventually there are huge amounts of slack somewhere. It can damage your engine case and at the same time it will completely block your wheel, meaning that you will skid immediately. Let's fix this! Now I don't have a death wish, so it's finally time to replace the chain. However, it's been a really tough month and we have to do it on the cheap. So I went to the bike junkyard and picked up the best looking chain that I could. Now the O-rings on this, as bad as it looks, they are still good, at least by the looks, so let's clean it up and see if we can use this. So you might be wondering what am I doing with the Coke. I still don't drink it. I think it's one of the most terrible drinks for you. However, it's really good at cleaning stuff. Why does Coke smell like Christmas? Alright, that's done. Let's see if the chain actually fits in there. Let's bunch it up a little bit to see if we can fit it. Woo! Perfect! I'll see you in 24 hours. So let's quickly check how did the Coke chain go. As you can see, the Coke experiment failed pretty miserably. I'm sure I've seen it being used on renewing like coins and rust or whatever, but let's scratch that. Let's get back to the good old WD-40 and some brake clean. So be very careful how you use brake clean with the chain. The brake clean will make the rubber O-rings in the chain swell up like you after McDonald's. I will just use this a little bit in the off chance that I can't get something out and mostly use this. This is so clean you could eat dinner from this. Doesn't mean you should. Clean up really well. No tight spots, and the best is that there's very little use to this. This maybe has 2,000 kilometers on it. It's actually in really good state. It's good quality, it's DID chain. Now this clean, let's move to the next part. Oof, now it's time to remove this bad boy and see how bad it is. Taking the chain of a daily motorcycle is as dirty as Christina Aguilera. I still can't get over the video where she does a spreading. So prepare your tools and make sure that you have a rag and gloves with you. Place your bike on a center stand if you have it, or prop it up in any other way so that the rear wheel is off the ground. Loosen the chain adjuster on both sides to provide you plenty of slack on the chain. Next up, loosen the axle nut. Remove the chain master link if you have it. And while we're at it, let me show you how to open and close a chain with a master link. Yes, master. So normally a chain with O-rings and a master link looks like this. You can see the O-rings here, so it's pretty obvious. When you put in the chain, you put two O-rings on the bottom, you put it through the chain, then you put two O-rings on top, and you put the closing link. From here you can see that there are grooves here. Those grooves are where this locking link comes into play. Put the bigger hole over the locking ring, like this. Turn it. And to close it, super simple. Take pliers, put side of the plier on the pin and on the back of the locking ring and push it. And voila, you have a closed link. To undo it, put your pliers on the side of the pin here like so, on the side of the pin and on the side of the locking ring and push. And you can see that it's coming off. And that's it, it's off. What y'all guys think about this wiggle? This normal? Look at that. Look at that. Wowzers. Putting the chain back on is a slightly more elaborate endeavor. Place the chain on the rear sprocket and drag it all the way to the front sprocket and around it until both ends meet at the middle. Place your master link and close it. Some people say that master links are dangerous and they tend to spontaneously open. I guess this could be true in some harsher conditions like motocross or enduro. But just to be on the safe side, make sure that your lock pin is always going towards the sprocket with its butt end first. This will make sure that every rotation it tries to lock itself more instead of open itself. Use the chain adjustment mechanism to reduce the slack in the chain up until where you're happy. It's very important that both sides are adjusted equally to make sure that the bike is tracking straight. Once you're happy with the slack and the alignment, you can tighten the axle nut. Well guys, I made a critical, fatal error in my judgment. The chain that I got from Junkyard turns out to be 525 gauge and it's just too small for this bike. I cannot believe that this bike with 50 horsepower and no torque power has a 530 chain. What? But unfortunately we will not get to ride the death trap with the new old chain. Does that make sense? Well guys, the chain is back on the bike. That's about it for today. Y'all let me know what you think about this. Would you ride this with this? Or would you keep it safe and buy a new chain? And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Help the channel grow. And I'll see you next time. Stay tough, motherfuckers.